You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Oh yeah, look at this. A lot of prominent YouTubers are calling the site out for clickbaiting, and they're honestly right to do so. Reading through your article again, you're making some very assured assumptions that a teaser's coming. Simply putting the word reportedly isn't enough. You have to make absolutely sure you recognize that the possibility was only vaguely suggested in the original source, and that you're only interpreting that as meaning a teaser's coming. At the moment, yeah, you guys are clickbaiting. You guys will definitely want to fix that, or else you'll continue to be called out just for providing a false interpretation. And who are these YouTubers you speak of? I haven't seen a single one. My brain literally hurts when I read people claiming clickbait. Oh, this is Chris. I thought it was a regular you. Look at this is Chris. Okay, good. My brain literally hurts when I read people claiming clickbait on the article that is explicit in its description in both title and body. The news was sourced from film. They have sources which claim the footage would be attached to Inception's theatrical release on the 31st of this month. You know what, though? I'm getting the feeling that this fucking teaser is going to pop up on the 31st. When you see so many people, like people, I almost feel like people are picking the wrong time to weigh in on them. Like, people should have been doing this years ago. But anyway, but still, I don't think so. I cannot see them dropping a teaser or a trailer or whatever in front of a movie and not dropping it online if they were going to do it. So so this is Chris. So here we go. They have sources which claim the footage would be attached to See, but they have sources, but what are their sources? Because they didn't even cite their sources, as far as I can remember. Let me educate you folks on what clickbait headlines are. Oh boy, here we go. We're getting educated. Misleading, teasing without info to entice clicks. This headline tells you everything the article is about. You may click it to elaborate your understanding, but you don't have to. Your choice. Oh, that's such bullshit. Second of all, it's most certainly is enough to say reportedly, because the information is reportedly. Gasp. Again, I don't know if any YouTubers calling the site clickbait, but honestly, let them. You could not make me care any less. They're clearly not well known and have little to no impact on me, this site, or how I write the articles. Film.com blatantly said Godzilla vs. Kong footage would be shown with Inception. I did not make this up. Check the source I referenced in the post. This is basic journalism. I don't understand why this is such a different... What he does is not journalism. You got to be fucking kidding me. This is a joke. This is journalism. What's the word they call urinalism? I did not make this up. Check the source I referenced in the post. This is basic journalism. I don't understand why this is such a difficult concept for some people to grasp. I say reportedly because I do not know for 100%. Nor did I claim, he put not, but he meant nor. Good journalism. Did I claim the information myself? I am relaying a report by another outlet who usually is correct. Film.com is usually not correct. In fact, 90% of these journalist websites for entertainment and gaming are absolute complete skid marks on the underwear of a fucking 20-year veteran of a homeless person, okay? That keeps their turds in a jar, in an old pickle jar. Give me a break, okay? It is not... Writing articles about rumors that you got from another website. That's all they do. They all just exchange information, or they'll all start an article, or they'll say anonymous source. So that way, they can say they have a source when they really don't. So they say anonymous, and then they'll put the clickbait title, make it sound like it's a sure thing because you click on it. Then when you read the article, there might be a small portion of the article towards the end that says, none of this is verified, all this is unconfirmed, but by the time you get there, you're like, oh. But by then, you've already read the whole goddamn thing. Come on. Check the source I referenced in this post. The basic journalism, I don't understand why this is such a difficult concept for some people to grasp. So he said, nor did I claim the information myself. I am relaying a report by another outlet who usually is correct, which is not true. There will always be haters. Let them hate. Oh, God. Coming from a Canadian white boy. Let them hate. And I can say that. I can say that because I'm a minority, okay, motherfucker? I'm Puerto Rican. I can call you out on your white privilege. Twitter said I could. All right, anyway. I mean, come on. Are these people kidding me? But if you're going to bitch and moan and claim, now this is unprofessional, right? So here you are. You're the person who runs this site. You run this site. You're supposed to be professional. You claim to be a journalism. And look how he's talking. But if you're going to bitch and moan and claim an article is clickbait, at least have an understanding of what clickbait is. I mean, all right. So then this guy comes back and he says, I didn't mean to offend. Honestly, dude, don't even get into an apology. Don't even be apologetic. Okay? They should be offended. Their work is shit. It always has been. It's been shit since I started YouTube. Okay? I have to make, you know what? I got to make that video tomorrow. I got to make that video tomorrow. I got to take all my greatest hits from Godzilla-Movies.com from back in the day. In fact, I'm going to search through my Facebook and see if I can find the conversation me and Chris had where he threatened to sue me for defamation of character when I was really, it wasn't even the character, it was really talking shit about his site. If anything, you could say I was not defamating, I was defecating all over their site because their site is shit. This is unreal. The original source was from over a week ago in June. But you guys put this article out after the first week of July. You gotta admit, it does look suspicious. If you put out an article reporting on another one that's over a week later and isn't a news compilation or the news over the past few weeks or months, the actual source itself only states that seeing footage from Godzilla vs. Kong is a possibility. That's true, because I looked at film.com for this particular article that he referenced. They didn't say anything about having a source. All they said was that it was a possibility. This guy's right. He's right. The actual source itself only states that seeing footage from Godzilla vs. Kong is a possibility. It doesn't explicitly state that they're expecting a teaser trailer or anything. It also doesn't even include anything related to San Diego Comic-Con, which further puts this article into question given how you guys made the connection that the potential footage would be from Warner Brothers San Diego Comic-Con, even though we know Warner Brothers won't be debuting anything. Correct. Warner Brothers already stated that they're not going to be on, there's actually going to be nothing going on for San Diego Comic-Con at home. Like very little. You know what I mean? When is that starting? Next week? I think it starts next week. I often like to come here for news, and I just want the experience to be improved so that folks will... Thank you. Thank you. Who is this guy? The G-Man 123. I'm with him. I agree with this guy. I like the idea of a Godzilla website. I do. And I agree with him when he says, I just want to look for some improvements here. I think there should be some improvements. And I agree with that. I'm not saying that they can't report on what film did. I think that's a worthy report, but you need to make it clear in your title. Unconfirmed, no reliable source, rumor trailer may hit the end of July. That's it. That's it. That way people can clearly see from the beginning. People will still read the article because they're going to be curious, but at least they can't accuse you of clickbaiting if you make it very clear from the top that it's unconfirmed, unreliable source. Films.com, when they wrote this article, did not provide a source. It was a speculation. That's all it was. So what I was saying before was, back a couple of years ago, Godzilla-Movies.com had this big article, blew up, where they were talking about, and you guys were here last night. I'm re-mentioning this now for the sake of the video, but last night we spoke about this, and I showed you guys the video evidence because I did a video of it many years ago, and I'll find it, and I'm going to get together a little collage of some of the best hits from Godzilla-Movies.com. But anyway, they released this article where they had apparently leaked or official footage from the movie. Now you get the article, and it was a quick clip, and it looked like the city of San Francisco, and Godzilla was walking by. I remember, because I used to slam them, but I'm a fair person, and I messaged Chris on Facebook, and I said, Chris, congratulations on getting the spot, man. That was cool. He's like, thanks. Everything seemed cool. And then It turned out they got trolled. Somebody took Adobe After Effects, took a shot of Godzilla, inserted him in. I mean, it was the most epic troll in the world. It was a fake clip. The guy who made the clip uploaded it, and then I did it on a video. You guys who were here last night for the stream, we looked at it. I showed you guys. So listen to your readers. If they're telling you it's clickbait, chances are it's clickbait. And it's been clickbait for years. It really has. So this guy finishes again. I just want to make sure you guys are represented fairly. You guys do still have a bit of a tarnished reputation from the old days. There you go. And I want to help the people reporting on you guys to see that you have honest work put into research and getting actual news out. I don't even deny that. I don't deny that. It's just that they have so much shit in between what I'm assuming are good articles. And I have to say I assume because I used to visit Godzilla-Movies.com on a regular basis when I started. It wasn't until I started learning that when I was actually at the peak, and I'll say that at my peak, because you guys know, life takes over. I'm not where I used to be with this channel, but when I was at my peak covering Godzilla 2014, I had a lot of people communicating with me about information, okay? And a lot of times their information did not match, you know what I mean? Like Godzillamovies.com's information it wasn't matching. Even Chris from Toho Kingdom, who many of you may remember, they were very much involved with some of the Godzilla 2014, I don't want to say marketing, but press coverage. I mean, like obviously Gareth Edwards was interviewed on Toho Kingdom and all that kind of stuff by Toho Kingdom. And he himself said that the website was shit. And I'm gonna take his word over Godzillamovies.com any day of the week because they have a proven track record. I got to see some of those interviews before they even got released. Of course, Chris would always tell me, "Oh, you can't say anything," which would always piss me off, but that's okay. It's because I respected that rule that he was always kind of hooking me up with little information back in the day. But these guys, here's the thing. Here's how you know they don't give a shit. There's not hardly any Godzilla websites in terms of talking about the movies and the MonsterVerse and all that. They're one of the few. Toho Kingdom obviously is also very popular, but they're more like I consider them to be more like a forum. But imagine Godzillamovies.com, Chris, Sci-Fi. Imagine all the followers you do have, all the people who do come to read your articles. Can you imagine how prominent you would be in the community if you did not use these shit tactics? And can you imagine the kind of connections you guys could have had from the actual people at Legendary Warner Brothers if you weren't considered to be rumor starters? If I was running that website, if I had my own website, okay, and I was to people the number one source in terms of information on a website, okay, I wouldn't be doing this shit. I'd be trying to get in contact with Legendary Warner Brothers and trying to get information from them, trying to get exclusive interviews. Imagine what you could have accomplished if you didn't use these tactics. Because let me tell you something. People like me or other people, we don't shit on you because we just don't like you. We shit on you because you're doing the exact same things you're claiming you're not. All you got to do is do the right thing. I'm not saying this is a bad article. There's nothing bad about this article if you titled it correctly and if you're more straightforward about what it is you're reporting, okay? But that's not what you did. Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 teaser trailer reportedly set to debut in theaters July 1st. No, it's not. There was never a source for that. What you're doing is, for people who are not in the now, for people who don't follow this or cover this like myself or D-Man or even Mr. H or other YouTubers, OmniViewer, whoever, for the people who are not involved and the viewers who are not involved, like my viewers here or D-Man's viewers or Mr. H's viewers or OmniViewer's viewers, they're going to go by your word. They're going to go by your word. And what happens is they'll sit here, they'll see this, they'll be like, bet, you know what? I'm excited. I want to see this. I don't care if it's 30 seconds. I'm going to drop $10, $12, whatever it costs. I'm going to go to this theater. I'm going to check this out. And what happens when they get there and it doesn't pop up? So imagine what you guys could accomplish if you actually just knock this shit off. Honestly, I think you certainly get a lot more respect from me and other people if you would just say, you know what, we screwed up. We said it was going to be July 31st. It wasn't. We'll do better. But instead, you sit there and you actually go after one of your loyal readers who's there trying to give you criticism, all right? Nice critique, straight honest, and instead you actually berate him. Come on, man. I mean, so at the end of the day, you guys still have an opportunity to turn it around. Chris, look, I know you remember, you can deny it up and down, but I messaged you years ago when you got that footage before we found out it was a hoax, and I congratulated you. Why? Because you do have a successful website, but your website could actually be better if you start doing the right thing. And if you stop with, putting titles that spread rumors and potential lies instead of being upfront, imagine the kind of connections you could have. But instead, you have to go and rely on other websites that are just as unreliable and then try to report it like it's really happening. Come on, dude. You can do better than that. So that's all I'm saying. And I hope they do. Honestly, I do. I hope they do. They should do better, but it is what it is. So